What's up, Sand Shark fans? Brackin Lambert alongside my co-host Justin Jarrett and Wes Kerr. Happy Sunday, guys. How's it going?
No, it's going
A little
great.
stressful. A little stressful at the moment. Chiefs just went down. It's been a
it's
roller
going to
coaster
be-
ride. I'm a little distracted tonight, so if I keep looking off camera, don't worry about it.
Yeah. Wes, how's it going, man?
I'm doing well. It's been an exciting weekend, and ready to get back into some Sand Shark sports at home after a couple of road games back to back. We finally get to see Sand Sharks home this week because we get to continue with basketball. Then we're talking track and field as well as. It's crazy, but we are just 2 weeks away from baseball and softball. So it is the crossover season is almost upon us, my man.
Oh, it's already in play. It's already in play. It's something else. But yeah,
Crush is coming.
The rush is coming. Say an extra prayer for us on Saturday the 3rd. That day we have 6 home events going on. So,
are they baseball, softball, and
basketball?
And basketball. Oof.
Yeah. So I will get
challenging afternoon.
Yeah. Thankful Coach Faulkner and Coach Yeski are willing, Coach Cody and Coach Ted are willing to kind of push their games back a little bit, but we can't go too far back because we can't.
Daylight.
Yeah. Thankfully, we do have lights out in Hardyville.
Yeah. The softball lights are really solid. Are the baseball lights suitable now for night games?
I mean, we do play a night. We play one night game a week.
Yeah, Friday night games.
Friday 6 o'clock games.
Yeah.
But yeah, Friday, February 3rd, or Saturday, February 3rd is going to be a crazy day. But we'll talk about that here.
I mean, I survived just the double doubles, the double headers of baseball and softball. That was bad enough. But throw basketball games in the mix. Whew, doggy. You'll be earning your salary that week.
Yeah, we're gonna get basketball all set up, and then I'll leave it to you guys, and then I'm heading out to baseball, softball to make sure those games get statted. Just got the statting program all set up, ready to go. So just got the confirmation email for Presto Sports, formerly Stat Crew. So same, JJ, we might need you to come out and stat a game. Just might need a little extra help.
You got the money, honey. I got the time.
I understand that. But let's talk some Sand Shark hoops, man. A 1-3 week for the Sand Sharks. Yesterday was just a tough day all around for both our men and women's squad. So let's go ahead.
The guys hang tough though. The guys hung tough.
Yeah.
I watched it on my way home from Lexington from coaching wrestling, and I watched a good bit of it, and they hung tough, man. I mean, they were right there most of the first half, and they kept punching back. And that's a really, really good.
Just like you said, a 9-point game at halftime. So
yeah.
They were hanging around. What a game for Larry Bullock, despite the loss. I mean, shooting nearly 50% from 3-point range. You need someone like that to get hot in order to have a chance to compete against a really good North Dakota team. So you got that, just unable to really get the rest of what you needed to help spur on what would have been an impressive win. But still, I mean, that's a solid effort on the road because going up against a very, very good North Georgia team, you want to make sure that you're at least putting up a fight, and they certainly were able to do that, and was respectable for a first-year program to come up there.
Yeah.
And I think you gotta like where you are now. I mean, you got the win you needed to, and you took care of business against a team they should win. They beat Georgia College 97-83, so that was a big positive. And then you go on the road and you're really playing with house money. There's nothing to lose. You're going against the top team in the conference. Obviously, you come to every game you want to win, but to show the result they did, I think it's very encouraging for this team, and I think Rod Fidala would say the same thing about how they've been battling hard against the toughest competition that they've seen, and now they get to go back home for a little rivalry game against USC Aiken on Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
That's going to be
that one off.
That's another top 15 matchup. Right now, Aiken's probably going to move up in the rankings on the men's side. I believe they went 2-0 this week. I haven't checked the standings.
I'm about to pull them up in just a minute.
they were ranked 12th in the national poll last week.
What a challenging conference this is.
Yes.
Even a crop.
Yeah, you're right. Lander's the only undefeated team at the moment on the men's side there because they beat North Georgia last week, which was a little bit of a surprise, I think. I mean, North Georgia had been ranked 6th in the nation. So, but I mean, look at the top of the top of the table, as Coach Harris would say. With Lander, North Georgia, and Aiken are all 14-2 overall. Like those are really, really quality squads. And Lander and North Georgia are both undefeated at home. So those are tough places to play as well. I thought USCB acquitted itself quite well as far as the guys go. I mean, when you think about it in terms of say a first year D1 program is, got to go play on the road at Kansas, or someplace like that, like number 6 team in the country, they acquitted themselves quite well. They didn't quite, keep pace, but I thought they played well. And sitting at 2-4, I think going into the year, if you said 2-4 through the first 6 and you've played 3 top 25 teams or whatever, you'd be like, okay, yeah, we'll take it. Yeah, we'll take it. Now going into the conference season, I don't know that you would have taken it just because the dander was up a little bit, but
the expectations for sure.
The reality, the reality is that's a solid start. You're ahead of 3 teams in the standings, and one of them is Augusta.
That's a line for Augusta, 1-5.
It's a bitter pill for our friend Dip.
Yeah.
He's probably not real happy right now.
No, their one win came against Clayton State, and we talked about it a couple weeks ago. I think that, it's the first road game, first road conference game of the year against Clayton State. I think we are a better team than what we showed up there in Georgia. So I think when Clayton State comes down here, it's going to be a different game, especially if we can pack it out, make that day, that February 3rd game, a full house. We won't have the baseball team to go crazy, but
we get some high school students who
we'll have to.
I'm not sure much high school basketball is going on that day, but hopefully we can get some kids in there to serve as our students as well as the students on campus.
There you go.
But I mean, I think that was. I mean, you go 1-1 this week, and then you hang with the top 6, top 10 team with North Georgia. I mean, I don't look at that. The score doesn't reflect how well the game actually was played. We can say that about a lot of games, but that was. I mean, I think that's a huge atmosphere. I mean, if Wes, I don't know if you watched any of the game, but that arena is D1 quality arena.
It's very nice.
I was
too
big.
Covering
some high school basketball on Saturday, but that's crazy.
It seats 3,500 and they average 1,100 at home, so it's too big. Which just goes to my point that it doesn't have to be that big. But it was very nice. It made it seem empty. You saw way too many empty seats on the broadcast. I don't love that. But it's beautiful. And I mean, just from watching the broadcast, you can see their facilities are incredible across the board.
They got that video set, that whole video Titantron right in the middle that I want.
That's all you care about. That's all you care about is video boards.
I want one of those, man. It was beautiful. I mean, if you looked at it and you looked at there was one part of the broadcast where they they did their starting lineups and they got the lights going and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's what I want, but that's a long way down the road. But let's talk a little bit about the women's side. I don't know if y'all watched any of the Georgia College game. Let's talk Georgia College first. That
was a much better game.
That was probably the best game that they played all season long, even in counting for the 4 wins that we picked up early on. As a team, they played absolutely tremendous, and picking up they lost the game, but I think they played a game
going into the 4th, and unfortunately just wasn't able to finish. But
Yeah.
really solid effort from a couple of young ladies.
Yeah, against a team that's not bad either, like a top half of the conference type team. But then just got overwhelmed on Saturday. So, but this is a very winnable game on Wednesday with Aiken, right?
Yeah, Aiken hasn't won a game either. We're both
right.
It's the two
game
bottom teams. I don't know what Aiken's overall record is, so we might be standing ahead of them.
That's one of those games in order
They're
to get into the tournament,
4-12
you want to get in that top 8
overall.
That's
And
those games loom large.
0-9 on the road, so you'd like to be able to.
Yeah, these are the games that loom large. Excuse me, loom large and getting into that top 8. Because if you can get ahead of one, you just have to get ahead over another. So
yeah, Clayton State would look like the other one potentially, although we haven't seen Flagler yet. So
I mean, I watched both games. I had to power through Saturday's game. That was a tough one.
Yeah.
I knew better. I did not text Coach Versip after that game. I just left that one be. But I touched base with her today just to ask how we're doing, and
all is well.
She said hanging. That's all I got. So I was like, okay, completely understood.
Yeah, it's been a tough go for them, but and you just worry like how long the morale holds up, but and before they start to just kind of be like, okay, on to next year,
Right.
but it seems like so far so good, and I think she is the right kind of leader to keep them focused on. I mean, they all came here with an understanding that this was going to be a building process, right? Like this, nobody expected immediate success or for it to be easy. Like you knew what you were getting yourself into. So I think with that, in that regard, you've probably recruited the kind of kids that are going to be resilient through a tough season. But with that said, it's still a balancing act of a delicate thing, just keeping that morale positive and focusing on the right things. And it's easy to say focus on the process and let the results take care of themselves, but it's harder to do. So you have to make sure you're preaching that stuff every day and just resetting the mindset and the framing, the perspective. But I mean, again, she's a terrific leader, and I think they've recruited the right kind of kids who get it and are going to continue to fight through it.
Yeah, I think going into Wednesday, you look at it and it's a very winnable game, and both teams are coming in 0-for on the conference season, and no matter what, after Wednesday, somebody's going to have a win in the win column, and someone's going to remain in there. So, and it's good. I think it's good that it's going to be at home. We've got 3 things going on at the game, so we'll go ahead and plug our events going on. Navy out, we back Pat, and pack the pantry. So 3 things going on.
All right.
Wednesday.
So Navy out means you wear Navy.
Navy out means we wear.
Pat, what's it spelled?
That is the Pat Summit Foundation. It's just supporting. That's something I don't know too much about it, but there's a cool.
Are we supposed to wear pantsuits or like what's the Navy pantsuits for all?
Navy pantsuits for all. That'd be cool. And then pack the pantry. JJ, I don't know if they started this one when you were still there, but we have an on-campus pantry that helps the students, free of charge. That helps get them some food whenever the dining hall closes. Just canned goods, some normal stuff. So we're gonna, you come in with that, you come in with donations, and you need to get your shirt at the door.
That's
awesome. Okay.
So shout out to Campus Rec, who is helping put this on with Student Life. Lindsay Logue, who has been there for a very long time. Lindsay's still there. So she and I collaborated on the T-shirts. I think they look great. Can't wait to see them.
And they're Navy, I assume?
Yes, they are Navy.
The Navy out? All right.
Navy for the Navy out. I'm working on a promo. We just dropped a couple of videos from your boy AJ Jenkins.
AJ Jenkins. Yeah.
He's been coming out to the games, and he put together a little 30, 45-second promo for us to help get it out there a little bit.
I told you you needed to get AJ over there.
Oh, man. So if you guys, those of you who are listening, don't follow us on Instagram. Those dropped there a couple hours ago. And but yeah,
outstanding.
we're trying to
Very
just
good.
keep it up, keep that stuff going, and I'm looking forward to seeing how Wednesday goes. I think we had a really good showing for the Aiken game in soccer. Wes, I don't know if you remember the fans at that game. I remember. I mean, the game
was a
which
dramatic
we
moment
remember.
all that, right?
Yeah, the last second,
Yep.
13 seconds left in the game. So
yeah,
13.
great. That's awesome. Hopefully we get that throughout, in this winter sports season and into spring as well. If we get some basketball players and soccer players going to baseball and softball too.
Yeah. Our SAC VP, Lydia Gattosi, she's out with the injury, but trying to keep her and Sheridan involved any way we can. So they did I don't know if y'all saw this, they did an Instagram takeover.
I did. I enjoyed it.
On Wednesday. So we're going to keep doing that a little bit more, see how that goes. Got a little bit crazy this weekend because I had to travel with track and field. So that can segue into that. But we're also going to, something I saw in a seminar was, student athletes need to be seen for themselves, not just like action.
Mm-hmm. Show their personalities.
Kind of
I mean, that's what we believe in with Lowco Sports, and tried to carry that over into this. I think getting the student athletes on here and letting them show who they are as people is important. It deepens your affinity for the kids you're watching play, because like you feel like who they are a little bit.
That's what I love about these high school sports and what
player.
we do is we get to talk to them, we get to interview them, and hear more about their stories. And watching them play, it just means extra special to really realize where they're coming from. So that's why I love what I do here with Low Country Sports, and carrying it over to USCB and getting to have these amazing young men and women, these student athletes who are doing some great work. And both these, I mean, I'm giving credit to everybody, in this inaugural year, because it's a special thing you're a part of. And despite the wins and losses at the end of the season, your record, you're competing in a situation that you're going to remember and you're going to have an impact on forever. So being the groundbreaking team and that inaugural group, that is, that's something that you'll always have a place in, and you'll always be part of history here at USCB.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, cool. I mean, it's something cool with us too, JJ. We did, we did softball. We were a part of softball, and
right.
We'll never forget that first weekend. I still got the softball. Yeah. It's around here. Had everybody sign it. The signatures are faded.
I went to the first NAI World Series with the baseball team. That was, I'll never forget that. I mean, just incredible experiences. I've been to NAI National Championship Golf a couple of times, and those were great experiences as well. But I mean, going back to the student athletes being seen, like, I guess for me, it's like your job is to, shine a light on the great things about USCB athletics, and none of it happens without the student athletes. I mean, they're the ones who are out there doing it. Obviously, the coaches are a huge part of it, and you want to. We also want to highlight them and things, but I think they would agree that the kids are the ones who have to go do it. Like you can coach them till you're blue in the face, but they got to go out and execute. I mean, you can't do it for them. And we're all in it, whatever role you play in it, it's all for the student athletes ultimately. I mean, that's why the framework exists, is for kids to keep playing and get an education. So in that sense of serving them, I think it serves them well to put them in these situations where they can kind of build their personal brand, show their personality, and also just gain experience being, talking improvisationally on camera. Like, that's a valuable asset in our current landscape, our society. So developing those skills, those soft skills, is important too.
It's everything. When you're interviewing for a job, when you're even in classes, you're communicating, and it's just a great, valuable skill to have, to progress yourself at this level in school and then further on in professional careers. So, that's why we'd love to see these kids be a part of this, and why we urge them to, take it seriously and do a good job, because these are the qualities that are going to help you long term. And having that open-mindedness and excitement to talk about, your passion and what you love to do and how your season is going and stuff like that. That's where we see the best kids really shine. And we always talk about, oh, this is the best year we've ever had. This is the best year we've ever had, because we had so many good ones. And it's these kids who, at the end of the day, really are the stars of the show here at Lowco Sports and Local Media.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be a huge thing, and we're going to continue to get the student athletes out there, and hopefully the takeover is something that we tend to do regularly. So great job, Lydia. But she also, like, I was segueing into something and kind of lost track of it. But the A for A game, Wes said something about bringing in, getting soccer players, basketball players, all out at baseball, softball, track and field, golf, all that kind of stuff. So Lydia, our VP for SAC, has put out the email to our entire coaching staff and admin and everybody for an A for A game, athlete for athlete. So get them out there, and it's a requirement. So unless you have class or unless you have something that is going to interfere, like life-saving surgery or something like that, it's going to be required to be at the game. And
it's a team function.
Exactly. It's a great way to get everybody out there and support your teams. Obviously the hype has been around basketball. So a lot of people are going and enjoying the games, but to do it with your teammates and kind of support everybody, because we always say family. That's our slogan for this year, is still family. I mean, I think it's every year. There's 200 athletes. You've got 200 athletes who are, this close-knit group, and we want to make sure that they continue to grow and spend time together, and not just with your teammates, spend time with your other athletes and everything like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's always best when everybody in the organization cares about each other. I mean, like, you don't want to have the soccer team doesn't like the basketball team because they think they get better gear or whatever. Like, I mean, you want it to be, we're all Sand Sharks, we're all in it together, and you certainly pay lip service to that, but you also want it to actually happen. And I think that A for A game is a great way to foster that. I think basketball just in general helps, like you said. Like, everybody wants to come to the basketball games, and the basketball players certainly notice, like, oh wow, all the baseball guys were here. Like, they're going to take notice of that.
Yeah, and then the great thing is when you return the favor. So you go out to their game and they come out to your game. So it's like a reciprocal situation for each of these teams.
That's right. And you got soccer players volunteer to, mop them sweat up off the basketball court and stuff. So we better see, Tasso and Young Bull out there running sidelines at the soccer games this year.
I think that'd be great. I think now that everybody knows, that's the tough part is that it's, soccer games during the week at least are at 1:00 in the afternoon.
Right.
So we'll have class. And, that's a complaint that we've gotten often from players. They want more people to come, but the games are at this time. So, but until we can upgrade our facilities, which is obviously in the plans to upgrade Finland and all that kind of stuff, is you just go with what we got and make sure it is what it is. How's it going there on the Chiefs side, real quick?
Mahomes is driving.
We're down 17-13, early third, but driving in the red zone.
Yeah. Well, let's segue into track and field, and talk a little bit about this past weekend at the Rad Sports College Invitational. Man, that was a different kind of craziness down in Gainesville. Holy smokes!
Indoor track and field.
Oh, wow.
Indoor track and
field. Pure chaos.
100%.
So much going on.
I didn't know, like, which way to turn. I didn't know where to go. Like, I was like following coaches, and it started with the women's shot put, and then it was the men's pole vault, and then it was the women's long jump, and all the long. I was like, wait a second.
Life comes at you fast.
Yes.
Yeah. And this was only one day. It's a 2-day event, and we only competed in one. So I was definitely we were that was a 24-hour day for Coach Harris and all the coaches and athletes. I mean, we left the school at 4:15 in the morning and got down there, checked in, and
Oh, Taylor's boyfriend scores again.
Taylor's boyfriend.
That's 2 for Taylor's boyfriend.
Oh,
Let's go.
But yeah, had quite a few PRs this weekend. Cam Edwards PR'd and finished in the top half, finished in the finals of both the long jump
and the triple jump.
Yep. So that was an exciting
Hoffman heat in the 200.
Won her heat in the 200 and finished with a PR. Nice. So a lot of stuff. We'll have to probably work on my story a little bit. Tried to be very short and sweet with it, but there's a lot of things going into track and field.
Looks solid to me. I mean, you got the information in here. Chartouni had a
love to see that soccer player turned track star. She was absolutely insane. The speed that she showed out on the soccer field. I mean, just electric. So cool for her to show it off on the track and to have that.
That was something that something completely that kind of threw me off a little bit was like that. I mean, I know that the indoor track is always angled, but just to kind of see them take off and and the spikes and like them running in spiked shoes.
It's wild.
I was like, whoa. So a couple of top 5 finishes for like the distance medley relay for both teams. The men's team finished 2nd. The women's finished 4th. But man, that was something different. Coach Harris asked if I was coming again on Saturday, and I said, nope. Have fun. I got to get ready. Get ready for this week, for next weekend. Basketball travels to St. Augustine, but I will probably be spending my weekend out in Hardyville trying to get everything ready.
The Ville.
Hanging
banners, baby. It's banner hanging season.
We don't hang banners anymore.
Oh, you don't?
Guerrilla Graphics.
Sponsor banners.
You remember those days?
Graphics.
Oh, yeah. Those were the days, man. We spent hours out there hanging graphics.
Hanging banners.
But those were when was the last time you were out in Hartsville?
Oh, I mean,
I was we got JP2 football. That's her. Yeah.
I'm out there for USCB baseball, softball.
I mean, I was out there at some point last season.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I'm excited to get back over there and call some baseball and softball games, and just a few weeks away from getting it started. But
softball starts on the 1st.
Yeah.
Doubleheader with Anderson on the 1st. Doubleheader against Erskine and Tusculum on Friday and Saturday, and baseball opens against Anderson on Friday and then has a doubleheader on Saturday.
Whew.
So I gotta go back and
look for the wicked.
I gotta go back and look for sure, because I have it scheduled for a 3-game series Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I need to make sure I have that right.
Yeah, to make sure the days
because I thought that was something that so that's on my to-do list for tomorrow, is to check the schedule and talk to Ted about it. Because if it's a quadruple double or whatever you want to call it,
I'm out on that.
Yeah, but it's a big weekend for everybody. So we've got basketball on Wednesday against Aiken. Track and field goes back down to the Rad Sports Acula Invitational or whatever that Acula County. Go back to Gainesville for another indoor track and field event. And then basketball's again on the road at Flagler and St. Augustine. And then next week after that, we're full-fledged in the crossover season.
Full-fledged.
Legit.
Full-fledged.
We did get
Yeah, you got Friday, Saturday, Sunday on here. Correct.
And then Ted said something about doubleheader on Saturday. I was like, oh, I'm gonna check that. If that's
man.
If we're playing a double on Saturday, that's going to be a long day because they don't play 7s anymore. It's all 9s.
It's all 9s.
Well, I got news for you on Anderson's schedule. It says 1 on Friday, 2 on Saturday.
That's what I figured.
But none on Sunday.
Yeah,
just
I think
Friday,
that was
just Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, I think that was a change that got made after I put the schedule in. So going to be a long day after.
Indeed.
So that's all right. That's
that's what makes it fun. I mean, it's really cool.
That's what you signed up for, right?
Darn tootin'.
It's the first ever time. It's historic. Like we've said so many times about this athletic year at USCB, and to be able to come over from a basketball game to a baseball game is something that we have had dreams and visions about here on this campus, and it's a monumental point as this year unfolds, and we continue to work towards what's going to be an exciting future here with, as you said, eventually bringing those baseball games and softball games on campus.
Yeah, that's going to be the day, so they can just move it on over and one more time.
Sorry, you just made me sing. I'll move it on over. I'll rock it on over.
Well, we'll get Snake Farm playing.
Yes.
The big dog is moving in.
Yep, we can hear a lot of Snake Farm this spring.
Snake Farm.
I hope so. We got to.
I can sing that one.
Oh yeah, we probably know that to the heart. I mean, you could sing that every
reptile house.
the chill. But, it's gonna be a fun week. Fun 2 weeks ahead, and I'm looking forward to working with you guys all season long. So just get back out there and have some fun. Got a couple. I mean, you get more people. I think the best thing is that we're reaching a lot of people here in Beaufort, not just in Bluffton, who want to be a part of it. And that's a testament to those who are coming out and helping support. And honestly, AJ's videos that he dropped a couple weeks ago were part of it. And those were like 2.5-minute melts of just some highlights that he shot and put it all together. And got a couple of local Beaufort videographers and photographers reaching out saying, hey, I didn't know this was this fire. I was like, yeah, it's pretty sweet. So as soon as I see that, I'm jumping on it and saying, hey, come on out. Just send me a message and I'll get there. And we're getting some local kids.
Content.
Yeah, come make content. I'll promote it for free. I'll do all that. We're closing in on 2,800 followers. I know, JJ, you blew up with your video from.
Yeah, Ian took us big time, real fast.
So, I mean, that's awesome. So we're hoping we can find something that'll make us go and blow up a little bit. What's your insights at right now? Is it still growing?
Oh yeah. Oh, on that post?
Or just in general?
Yeah, but it's simmered a little bit, but it still goes. I mean, it's still the little heart says 100 every time I check in. Like, it's just out of control. I don't know when it stops, honestly. It's up to. I mean, it's kind of stalled in the sense that it's 1.59 million now. Like the last 90,000 have been slow going.
Yeah,
but never had a post get 90,000 before this one, so it's like whatever. It's reached over 1.2 million accounts, 8,600 hours of viewing time. It's just bananas.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I can't conceive of it.
Yeah, I mean, everybody was sharing it. It's a great thing. So hopefully we can find something that's gonna pop like that.
Oh yeah.
Blow those.
You never know what it's going to be, honestly. It's wild. But what do we got follower-wise now? 3543. Woo woo.
There you go.
Yeah, my professional dashboard changed slightly. Now it says professional dashboard. 1.2 million accounts reached in the last 30 days when it used to say things like 35,000 accounts reached or something. Like, bananas.
Yeah, we're trying to. I'm trying to get our goal up to 28, or trying to get up to 2,800 on IG in the next 10 days. So end of the month, like to get 2,800. Trying to average about 100 followers a month is my goal right now.
USCB Sand Sharks, right?
USCB Sand Sharks. Yep.
Follow them on the IG.
Follow on IG. Follow on Twitter, YouTube. Subscribe. Yeah, all of our highlights go out on our YouTube channel, so we're still a little bit of ways on that one. But our goal this year has really been IG to really kind of to get that growing. And Facebook already has a very strong following, and then with the transition from Twitter to X and all that kind of stuff, it's we talked a little bit about
trying to find itself, trying to figure out what it wants to be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the hard part is like with Twitter, it doesn't link up to our website anymore.
Right. I killed the API, and that just
so now
everything.
that little click of, hey, put it to the USCB Sand Sharks on Instagram, or on not on Instagram, on Twitter,
on Facebook. On Facebook you can still do it, but on Twitter you can't. And so it just
Sidearm's not willing to pay for the
API. Nobody is, because it's ridiculous. Nobody wants to pay for that API. It's absurd.
Yeah. So we still have it linked on our website, at USCB Sand Sharks on Twitter, on X. We'll say that I've a little struggled on that one a little bit.
Mostly
but we're
abandoned it.
Yeah. Well, not trying to. We're gonna get it out there, get all this promo stuff out for the Navy out. So make sure that you guys come to the Cove on Wednesday, 5:30 tip off for the women. Wear your Navy, have some fun, grab some Chick-fil-A from over at the campus center, bring it into the arena, and let's have a ball. Let's knock down a top 15 team on the men's side and pick up our first conference win on the women's side.
Let's go.
That'll be one amazing night.
Down
with it. It's a big rivalry. This is
sitting in my office.
Two schools from the same state. I mean, that's pretty special, and you love to see those competitive rivalry matchups like that in one conference. So there's a lot in line these two games, and I'm pumped, especially on a night game, which I love the day games, but I think there's a special kind of atmosphere you see on the night games. Just the intro with the lights and the crowd. I think there's something unique.
I agree.
About the evening
there's a little more electricity at night. I agree. It feels good when it's
outside.
Add a
little bit. There's going to be a little bit more to add on this week too.
A little more electricity.
A little bit more electricity. No, I got to be a certified pyrotechnician for that.
So how long does it take to get your certification? I'm sure you've looked into it.
I haven't had a chance yet. Terry is going to look into that for me. Terry Kicks. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of Terry Laster for some reason. Mr. Terry, the pork chop man, and I was like, I bet he knows how to get certified in pyrotechnics.
I'll tell you what, he is the man when it comes to
If you get out to Hardyville, when you get out, I'm gonna say when you get out to Hardyville this year, make sure you grab a pork chop from Mr. Terry.
Yes.
That's he is awesome.
Like even if you don't like, you think you don't like pork chops, yes you do. Go have one from Mr. Terry. You'll eat it straight off the bone, and you'll be like, "Huh? I didn't think I liked pork chops. Could I have another one, sir?"
Those smoked. But yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun. My student assistants are doing a great job. This semester, I have a lot of help, and I couldn't get half the stuff done without them. So just the tiny little things, of putting a word roster together, or adding their bats and throws on the website. Like that's just little tiny things that I don't have to do, and they can help knock it out and get ready.
Knock them off the to-do list. I hear that, brother. Been there, done that, lived that life.
Yep. I know. I didn't get to do a lot of that stuff when I was there. It was,
Yeah. Well,
it was.
Yeah, true.
It was different. You edited all the editorials that we wrote for Title Tribune.
I am very I have mixed feelings. I have a bunch of mixed feelings because I'd love to see your Chiefs get it done, but man, Puna Ford, that would be cool for
Yeah.
Lowco if his Bills
Yeah, I
advance
know.
further.
And
So.
I mean, I want the Chiefs to win, obviously. Mostly just so those Bills people won't talk trash at me. Like, I don't talk trash at them when the Chiefs beat the Bills, but they talk trash at me if the Bills beat the Chiefs. And so that's the main reason I really care if they win. Otherwise, I mostly am just like, yeah, I mean, we've won 2 Super Bowls. What more could I ask for? I'm good. It's fine. Like I resigned myself that this wasn't going to be the best season early in the year. It just didn't look like it was all going to click, and so I'm at peace with it. But I do want them to win because Mary Beth Lyons is going to ride me so hard. James Taylor enjoying the memories. Oh yeah, James Taylor.
yeah.
He's got some great. He was part of some great memories. I saw Michael Wallace gave us a love. Original, the OG pitching coach way back in the
Nice.
day. Good
Nice.
times.
Yeah, I can say that we've got some really big things on the horizon, so I'm hoping that you guys look forward to
Yep.
being with us coming forward. Going after this year. We'll keep this up and do this. We will. I think we have our coaches show this Tuesday. Out of the OKT Ale House, all
Sweet.
access. We'll take a gander at that. We might have to see how that goes with the home game the next day because I don't know if I'll be able to pull all that together and get ready for the game. So, but yeah, let's have some fun this week, and you guys, we'll talk on Sunday and tell me what you think about the new setup. So,
Wallace says
Yeah.
go Sand Sharks.
go Sand Sharks.
Wallace.
Go Sand Sharks.
Good times. All right, boys. Is that it?
Yep, that's it. Thank you guys for joining us, and JJ, head us out. Get us out.
All right. For that guy, Brackin Lambert, that guy, Wes Kerr, I'm Justin Jarrett. Until next time, go Lowco and fins up.